This guy was so rich that rats were eating $2 billion of his cash every year. He was so powerful. He built his own prison and walked out whenever he wanted. They say some men want power, but he wanted to become a god. Now this man goes by the name Pablo. Pablo was born in Rio Negro, Colombia, December 1st, 1949. His father was a farmer. His mother, a schoolteacher. Their house was small, their shoes were thin, and their dreams, even thinner. But Pablo didn't dream like the others. While other boys wanted soccer balls, he wanted stacks of money. Not to spend, just to own. As a teenager, he sold stolen gravestones, forged lottery tickets, even fake diplomas. One time, he was caught. A police officer slapped him and said, "You'll never be anything." Pablo looked him in the eyes and whispered, "I'll own your boss one day." He got into car theft, smuggling, illegal cigarette sales. But it wasn't enough. Colombia in the 1970s had one booming product, cocaine, a white powder that made rich men richer and addicts beg for death. Pablo partnered with drug lords. He flew small planes with cocaine into Miami. It made him thousands, then millions, then billions. He built his own airport, his own labs. He even had his own navy. But success breeds enemies. So Pablo created something new in Colombia. Narco-terrorism. He believed in one rule. Plata o plomo. Silver or lead. Take my bribe or take my bullet. At his peak, Escobar made $420 million per week. He spent $2,500 every month just on rubber bands to wrap his money. He owned 4,000 properties, 800 homes, a private zoo, exotic animals, islands, and even a submarine. In Medellin, he was called Robin Hood. He built schools, clinics, and houses for the poor. And the poor? They would rather hide him than the police. He once burned $2 million in cash just to keep his daughter warm while hiding. But behind the charity was a beast. He ordered over 4,000 deaths. Judges, journalists, ministers, officers, presidential candidates, all killed. He bombed a commercial airline, Avianca Flight 203, just to assassinate one person. 107 people died, just to kill one man. When the Colombian government tried to stop him, he declared war. He blew up buildings, killed 3 presidential candidates, assassinated Supreme Court judges. He turned Colombia into a blood theater. He even created his own prison, called La Catedral, with pool tables, waterfalls, and prostitutes. And when the government agreed to let him stay there, they couldn't enter without permission. It wasn't a jail. It was a palace. He played soccer with guards, had champagne with mistresses, and still ran his empire from inside. Until one day, he tortured 2 of his former partners inside that same prison. That's when the government realized Pablo was a god in Colombia, and gods don't go quietly. The U.S. joined the war. DEA, CIA, and Colombian forces hunted him down. His allies betrayed him. His empire collapsed. His own people turned against him. Even the locals who once cheered for him now prayed for silence. His family went into hiding. His money was buried in the jungle. His fear grew bigger than his bullets. He changed safe houses every night. He wore fake mustaches. He listened to police radio 24/7. His voice, once loud and ruthless, now whispered in alleyways. On December 2nd, 1993, one day after his birthday, he made a phone call to his son. It was short, emotional. Maybe he knew what was coming. Within minutes, the signal was tracked. Police surrounded the building. He ran to the roof. They opened fire. And there, on that rooftop, with bullets through his body and blood on the cement, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria died. Not in glory, but in fear. Some say it was suicide. Others say the police killed him. His mother believes he shot himself to avoid capture. But one thing is certain, Colombia changed forever. Today, his legacy is divided. Some remember the man who gave them homes. Others remember the man who killed their fathers. His zoo still exists. His money? Some of it is still buried. His name? A ghost in Medellin, spoken only in whispers. And his story? A reminder. Even gods bleed. They say Pablo once asked his wife, "If I lost everything, would you still stay?" She replied, "If you lost everything, I'd finally be able to sleep." His story is not one of glory. It's a story of power, obsession, and the price of playing God. So when you hear his name, don't clap. Don't cheer. Just whisper, Plata o plomo. If this story moved you, then whisper his name in the comments. Plata o plomo. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe. I've got more ghosts to wake.